Ms. Wagoner, can I ask you a question about a heterosexual couple? So in response to Justice Sotomayor's questions, I took it that your website, where you say, why a wedding website, you go through, and it seems like Ms. Smith was careful to say things like, I fully customize the look, feel, theme, message, color palettes, etc. And then there's the engagement story page, and a page inspired by you and written by Lori that captures and conveys the cherished storybook of your love. So I want to ask you a hypothetical about a heterosexual couple that comes to your client. And their wedding story, that they want to write under the engagement story page goes like this. We are both cisgender and heterosexual, but that is irrelevant to our relationship, which transcends such categories. We knew we were soulmates from the moment that we met, and on and on. Would your client publish that site?
Yes, she would publish the site, because her objection, assuming that the marriage is between a man and a woman, she would publish it, and that there's no message.
Even though that narrative, I assume, is inconsistent with her biblical views about marriage. Or I'll give you another related one. A heterosexual couple comes to her, and in the engagement story part, writes a story that goes like this. We met at work, we were both married to other people, but what began as late nights at the office quickly turned into love. After 6 months, we realized we could be happy only with each other, so we decided to begin our story today, got divorced, and are marrying each other. Does she publish it?
I don't believe that she would. I also don't believe that she would embrace or express a message that would essentially say it doesn't matter whether there is a marriage between a man and a woman. She wouldn't create that speech
So
either.
It's about the message and not about the sexuality of the couple that asked her to express it that matters.
Yes, which is exactly how the court decided the case in Hurley, but it's also in other cases as well. The Pacific Gas and Miami Herald cases, this court has routinely looked at compelled speech cases to determine if the message—
And Ms. Wagner, can I just ask you to clarify before we move on? When I first asked you the question about the cisgender heterosexual couple, you said you thought she would publish it, but then it seemed like you wavered and said something different.
If I could just clarify the hypothetical, the second part of the statement was that it didn't matter. Is that?
That concepts of gender or, sexual orientation were irrelevant to their relationship because they believe that those categories don't matter. What matters is their union of souls.
No, she would not create a website that would say that, because that would violate her beliefs about what Scripture holds on marriage. In the same way, though, this law and the compelled speech doctrine protects the LGBT website designer, who won't be forced to have to create a website essentially advocating for a view of marriage that they don't hold.